Here is question number 2, which will help you to understand how to sketch a piecewise function, right? Now, let's figure out a strategy for this. So let's do some rough work. This rough work I'm doing only to explain you how to do the problem, and then we will do it again, right? So that's kind of review of the same thing, okay? Now, how should we look into the function? Function has two pieces. One is absolute, the other one is parabola upside down, right? So what we can do here is we can just think like this. This is an absolute function, right? And this is parabola upside down. Fine. And these two pieces are split at -1. So let's draw a kind of splitting line, and this line is at -1, right? Now, so on this side of -1 we have absolute function, and on the other side we have a parabola. So what we will do is we'll try to make table of values. Table of values give accuracy to the graph, correct? Sketch means a rough sketch, but it's good to have some table of values so that you can give kind of a good graph, right? So here on the left side we have x less than equal to -1, and the function before us is x plus 2, right? It is kind of a straight line, so some points will work. Okay, so -1. So let's start with -1 and then go downwards, right? So at -1, the value of the function should be -1 plus 2 is 1, it's absolute, right? So it's 1, right? And at left side of -1 we have to go, right? So we can put -2 now, right? So -2 will give us -2 plus 2 is 0, 0, right? Then -3. -3 plus 2 is 1, -1, and absolute value of -1 is 1. Fine. And let's say -4. -4 plus 2 is -2. Absolute value of -2 is 2. So we got our points, right? So we know it's kind of a function going like this. You know it, like this. So we can put these points on the graph. -1, 1. So at -1 we have this point 1. At -2 we have 0. -3 we again have 1. -4 we have 2. Yeah, it matches our graph, right? So we'll join them. This is from here and then going like this. Is it okay? That is our absolute function, and this point -1 is included here, so we'll make filled in hole, correct? Yes. Now the other function, which is parabola. So let's put this equation here, which is -x squared plus 4, and we want to go for values more than -1. So let's start with the first value, and remember we have to start with the whole, right? So we start with the whole and say -1 will give us what? -1 square is +1, but it's minus outside, so it again becomes -1 plus 4, which is 3, correct? And then we'll put more than 1, that means we can put 0, right? More than -1. 0 will give us 4, good point. And then +1, +1 square is +1, -1 and 3, correct? Let's put 2 here. So 2 square is +4, and -4 will give us 0, right? So we get these points, and we know parabola is going downwards. So let's plot these points, right? Let me take another ink. -1, 3. So at -1 actually it starts with 3. So here we are, but we have a hole here. Do you see that? That is kind of important. Not including, right? At 0 we have 4. So at 0 we have 4. So this was 3 and one step up. So that's 4 for us. And then it comes down. Yeah. So the steps are 1, 3, 5, 7. If you remember, right? -1, 3, 5, 7, 1. Then I can go steps. Then so this will be 1, 2, 3, right? Next will be here, right? So this is step of 1, and then step of 3, and step of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a parabola, and we'll just join these points, right? I know I just missed this point, but these are my real points. Is that okay? These are my real points, and that's how I have my parabola here. So these are two pieces, and can you tell me domain and range for this function? Domain and range for this function. Oh, -1 is, I didn't correct -1 here for the whole. right? So domain and range for this function is all real numbers. And how about the range? Range is also all real numbers. Well, this covers the negative part and that covers the positive part, right? And in between also is covered. So domain and range for this function is all real numbers, correct? I hope you understand how to sketch these kinds of functions. Thank you.